We're going to the Galapagos.
Every breath holds a moment, everyone a chance to take. You can see it if you close your eyes. We already know the way.
Good morning. We are just 10 kilometers outside of the biggest city in Ecuador, Guayaquil, and we are here because we are finally going to be ticking something off our bucket list that we've wanted to do ever since we got into Ecuador 2 months ago. The reason it's taken this long is because we needed to find a good dog sitter or somewhere for Oki to stay, because unfortunately the Galapagos Islands don't allow dogs. But we found one. We had a personal recommendation and we looked up their reviews. Their reviews are amazing. We think Oki's going to have a great little dog holiday. But at the moment, Lee is getting some last minute cuddles in with the floof. Oh, hello you two.
Morning. I wish we could bring Aki with us.
Yeah, same. Galapagos is like one of the places that I do fully get not being able to bring a dog though.
I totally understand.
But yeah, he's a human like us.
Blue-footed boobies.
And so just to give you guys an idea of where we're actually staying, as I said, we're about 10 k's out of Guayaquil, and this park we're in, it's a national park, it's so serene, and you're allowed to camp here for free for up to 2 or 3 days, I think. It's pretty insane that this is just outside the city. I don't know if you can see them, but they're all dragonflies flying around. Okay, time to vamos. So we've made it to Happy Tails, and Oki is meeting all his new amigos for the next couple of weeks. Do you reckon he's going to be able to swim in the pool? The other nice thing is they also have air conditioning in the rooms for the dogs, which is actually more than the van has.
Come here, buddy. Come here. We're gonna see you in 2 weeks. You have fun. You have fun with all your new friends, and you have fun going swimming. Yeah. You got your blanket and your toy. Well, the van just doesn't quite feel the same without Aki's fluffy little face right here. So this place we're leaving him, it's $12 a day. All the dogs have their own rooms to sleep at night, and then during the day they get let out to run around and play with each other.
Swim in the pool.
And swim in the pool, which is going to be really cool. I'm sure he's going to love it. Feels weird, but now we are heading into Guayaquil. We have a list of a few things to do, including finding ideal parking for the van. Welcome to the streets of Guayaquil. You will see right behind us, there's a Pizza Hut. And we're trying to organize after spending an hour looking through hotels, trying to find a good deal. We are just gonna...
Galapagos ain't cheap.
Yeah, it's gonna break our banks to go here, but it's been on our bucket list for a long time, and we knew that this was coming. We're very excited, but we're gonna just get to the island.
Yeah.
And then try to bargain some deals, hopefully find a cheaper hotel than we can find online.
We're essentially going to try and budget the shit out of the Galapagos, I think.
Yeah. So we have just pulled into where we're going to store the van while we are in the Galapagos. There's a few spots on iOverlander around the same area, which is about a 10-15 minutes to the airport. Apparently you can walk, and then there's a mall close by where you can get any last things that you need before heading to the island. We went around to check about 3 or 4 different places. They all had different prices. This one seems to be the best. We're paying $30 for 15 nights. It seems to be this guy's, Pablo's property, and so he's just making some extra cash by having vehicles stored here. And right across, there is a vehicle store from France, and they're in the Galapagos as well, so that kind of makes us feel better seeing someone else do it, and everything seems to be okay. We're going to the Galapagos. Do I look like your everyday tourist or what?
You look super cute. So it is 6 in the morning and we were up till about 11:30 packing last night. Knowing our history with airports, we are making sure we get there a little earlier than usual. We're all good to go. And in terms of what we're bringing, so this whole bag is camera gear and our laptop and stuff for editing. This is just clothes. And then this bigger bag, which is our checked bag, actually happens to be made up largely of 2 wetsuits because we need that for snorkeling. And then we've also got our big tripod in there, so that takes up a lot of space. And then yeah, just a few more clothes and that's it.
All right, we gotta go.
Lee's a bit nervous because we're running 5 minutes late, so we better go. Should we stay and make a coffee?
Listo.
That taxi was super short. We paid him $3, which actually was, at the time we thought it was a bargain, but the ride was about 2 minutes, so that was actually probably a fair bit, but happy to do so because we are here. So we've just been redirected to the tourist line because for the Galapagos, being a national park, you have to pay a tourist registration fee, and I think we're not the only tourists heading to the Galapagos today. Here's one. So just as we're boarding the plane, we quickly wanted to talk about the price of flights to the Galapagos. They actually aren't cheap, and
Even living here, the locals get a cheaper rate, but international travelers have to pay. I think the lowest we found was $350, but because we booked last minute, we paid about $420.
yeah, we paid $420 US. We made it. Lee, first impressions?
It's arid and very desert-like, which I kind of read about, but it's still kind of shocking to come into. It's cool. It's hot.
Yeah, it's very, very arid, I think, is the spot-on description. And what are you excited about?
So when you come to the Galapagos, you can get a special stamp in your passport that Max has already bragged about having in his. So it's my turn to get a stamp.
Whoop whoop! It's happening.
Oye, regresame mi petamino.
Okay, perfecto, gracias. So as you saw, as well as getting the stamp, every person that comes in has to pay $100 US. And you may have also seen in the background, but the main demographic of people here are definitely older. And I think that has something to do with the fact that the Galapagos is really hard to budget. I really love this.
So we have made it to Puerte Ayora. Puerte Ayora is the most populated and touristed town on the island of Santa Cruz. As you walk the streets, you will find dive operators, travel agencies, boutiques and souvenir shops, as well as many restaurants and hotels scattered about. From Ayora, you can set off on many adventurous day trips by foot, bike, or boat. The coolest part is being able to casually watch sea lions, birds, and iguanas live among the locals. Our first job of the day is to find some accommodation, as it's very expensive, and online the best price we could find was like 60 plus taxes for a private room. Dorms don't seem too much cheaper. We're just worried about safety for all of our camera gear. That's why we're kind of leaning towards a private, but we're gonna suss it out. We just looked at one spot that said $90 online and they just said it was $70 in person, so we're hoping that that happens and we can barter and get a deal.
Yeah, and it was the same when I came here a few years ago. Essentially, everything was cheaper when you arrived, and that is hotel rooms, boat tours, which we're going to suss out a bit later, diving. So if you're willing to risk it and not have things locked in, you can definitely save a bit of money.
So we've now checked out about 6 or 7 hotels. It's bloody hot. Max is being a gem and walking 500 meters to one more that I want to check out. They're ranging from $35 a night, which is our best deal, to $50, but the $50 one has an unreal view and it's a huge room because it's the last room, so they're kind of cracking a deal.
I'm down for the $50 one, to be honest, because value for money, you can't beat this place. It's like the penthouse suite in this nice hotel. So
and we keep walking past patios with people that we saw on our bus, like having drinks, relaxing, and we're still walking around looking for.
But sometimes to get the best,
looking for a hotel.
Sometimes to get the best deal, you got to work for it.
Alas, we have made a decision. Max is just currently sorting out the payment. I'm bringing the rest of our stuff up to our new room. Now you may be thinking, guys, this is absolutely excessive, which it is, and it'd be great if we had other friends to share it with, but yeah, the view is incredible, it's spacious, and it has its own separate Wi-Fi, and they're booked out everywhere else, so in the end they gave us this room for $45 a night. It is more expensive than the cheapest option, but this option does come with a nice common area, a common kitchen so we can cook our own food and save some money, and a pool, plus all the space, and look at the freaking view. Whoop whoop.
So after getting our accommodation sorted, we're now going to quickly have some lunch before looking for a boat option. And food is another thing that's supposed to be very expensive here, although we've already found plenty of options for $5 lunch menus.
I wouldn't say plenty. We've seen a couple.
No, we've found plenty of options. The problem is not many of them being vegetarian. So we're just on the hunt for a vegetarian option, and yeah, then we'll be moving on.
Okay, so we found a menu del dia for lunch. It's $7. It comes with a drink, soup, popcorn to put in the soup, which is pretty cool. It's the second time we've seen that, eh?
Yeah.
And for main, we have lentils, rice, and a little bit of salad here.
Abril estuvo full y muy altos los precios. Estación Charles Darwin. 4 días, $980 por persona. Ese de ahí tiene un precio de $1,050.
Lee wanted me to let her fix her hair first. So we're having a bit of an issue here because we wanted to make this about budgeting the shit out of Galapagos, but turns out the good boats you just can't budget. And we see the Galapagos as kind of a bucket list thing, even though this is the second time I've been here. That kind of surprises me. First time Lee's been here, we may never come here again, and it's something that we did put aside money for in preparation of dropping some dollars.
Now, we just have to decide what we want to do because there are so many options and you really can't see it all, so you have to pick and choose, and
we're talking a lot of money. Like, the one I really want to do is $1,300 per person for 5 days.
5 days, 4 nights.
But when I was here last time, I did one for I think it was $850 for similar time frame, but it was 6 years ago, and it was one of the best things I've ever done in all my travels. It was so amazing.
Yeah.
And I think it's worth it. I think we dropped the dollars. We're going to research a little bit more. That's why we haven't been. We're just going from place to place.
I'm the cheap one of the two of us.
Yeah.
I'm not cheap. I'm frugal. I'm not frugal. I'm smart with my money. I don't know.
You're not.
I have a hard time spending that kind of money. I know it's going to be amazing, but it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money for us. Santiago y yo are putting the pressure on Lee because me and Santiago want to book the 1,250 we've got him down to trip. Look at this. So we would start aquí and then we go up to Isla Genovesa, which is supposed to be amazing. Hammerhead sharks, snorkeling, and red-footed boobies.
Very nice.
And then we go down to here.
Plaza Sur.
Plaza Sur. Lee, you hearing this?
Yeah.
And then
Santa Fe.
And muy lindo.
Muy snorkeling. Muy lindo.
Muy lindo. Aquí. Y finalmente,
Punta Pit,
Punta Pit,
Kike Rock.
Kicker Rock. Amazing snorkeling. And to top it all off, we're in the most luxurious boat that I may have already been on and can't remember. Lee, I know we're completely blowing our budget, but are we going to do it?
Let's do it.
Yes!
All right.
Yeah! Woo! It's rice and beans for the next 6 months. Alright, we gotta go get money because apparently we need to pay in efectivo, in cash.
In
and
3 days.
we don't have that money, and if Santiago says if we don't come up with it, there's problems. Lee's still panicking.
I'm panicking because I can't get this much cash out.
It's half an hour later. She wants to go back and tell Santiago we made a mistake. Okay, it's getting hella windy, the weather's turning, and our batteries are dying, so we're gonna wrap this up.
We hope you guys are so excited for our cruise that we're going to bring you along with us on for next Sunday.
Yeah, let us know which animal you're most looking forward to seeing, and we will see you guys on the boat next Sunday.
See you then.
Just chilling with your mates.
I was just thinking of maybe trying not to lie how their line looks so comfortable.